See you tomorrow, Mr. Holmes.
My congratulations, Mr. Holmes.
Oh, Daddy!
Hello, Mr. Bouvier.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Well, Caitlin?
Your costume!
Oh, don't you like it?
Oh, I do!
Caitlin, come on. Show some respect for your father.
You know, Father, Miss Alice was telling me all about her travels. She has already toured the world with her own father.
Your daughter is exquisite.
And just to think that she was aboard the Orient Express when it was attacked. What a dream!
Indeed.
She's so creative and imaginative. And that reminds me, would you allow Caitlin to visit me so that she can practice playing?
very kind of you, but I decided that Caitlin should stop playing the piano.
Oh, Father! Why did you say that?
Caitlin.
Thank you, Miss Alice.
Here it is. Who chased his own tail again? I should walk with you more often.
The statue did it. It killed Zacharias.
Calm yourself now, Sir Charles. You've had a shock. Let the police do their duty. What? A mere inspector? Phew. And now here comes Mr... Very amusing, Holmes. You can go home. The ceremony's been cancelled. We've got a murder scene here.
Really? And to think I only came here for my prize.
I know, Holmes. I saw your name on the list of finalists. So go away. What? Do you really think I'm that naive? You turning up out of the blue and then bam, a murder?
Oh, you're making a spectacle of yourself, Lestrade. Let's just pretend that I'm a simple consultant, your humble assistant.
Oh, all right then. A club member, Mr. Zacharias Greystoke, was killed at around 4 in the morning. There.
I promise that I won't, Inspector. What do you make of the facts?
It's quite clear. The murderer intended to steal the Mayan calendar. He was caught by Zacharias Greystoke. He then took up the first weapon that came to hand, the statue's spear, and killed Greystoke. Then he fled, just as Sir Charles was coming out of the club. Unfortunately, we've been unable to find any trail beyond the club's wall. It's as if the murderer vanished into thin air. Well, take a look for yourself.
The case is scratched and dented. This spear came from the statue on the pedestal. Zacharias' folder with some documents. These drawings represent the Mayan symbols. Dry leaves. They make a noise. Zacharias probably walked across them. If I believed Lestrade, this Mayan calendar was the reason behind them. Money was left inside the wallet. If I believed Lestrade,
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes? At your service, Mr. Holmes. At your service, Mr. Holmes. Can I... At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Sir Charles, are you able to tell me in detail what happened?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Well, to prepare for the awards ceremony, I decided to spend the night here at the club. I was sitting alone at my desk when I suddenly heard a loud, metallic sound. I hurried outside and well, I found the body of Zacharias. And I swear it, I saw the statue of Tekun Uman running away.
Sir Charles, where did the Mayan calendar come from?
It was donated anonymously. We received it shortly before the tournament, with a letter asking that it be awarded to the winner.
You saw the statue running?
It was dark. But yes, I'm sure of it. It was running, and it was making the most horrible metal sound as it did so. And can't you see? The pedestal is now empty.
Did you know?
Yes, of course. It was...
But why was he here so early in the morning?
Oh,
Is the calendar valuable?
not really. It has historical value, of course, but to be truthful...
May I go in the clubhouse?
It's members only. I cannot authorize anyone unless that person has a written warrant from the police.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Did you search the clubhouse?
What for? The murder took place outside. You're still here?
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Traces of metal on stone. Pieces from the pedestal. A piece of the statue's mounting rod. The iron mounting rod is broken. Traces of metal on stone. The surface is damaged. It looks like the statue broke away from its pedestal. The statue of Takunuman. And what about the statue?
I've no idea yet. I imagine a thief must have taken it somehow.
Right, so they were thieves, and they were very well equipped?
Yes, must have been. Then there's also Sir Charles's version, but
Please, go on.
he said this morning that he was alone at his desk when he heard a shout. He went outside and saw Greystoke lying on the ground and... Believe it or not, he said that there was no one else on the green that night but the statue itself running away.
You mean that the statue might have killed the victim? Interesting.
Absurd, more like.
So, somewhat like your version, then.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Only club members have access.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
What a spectacular season.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
A broken branch. Somebody jumped into the tree and then over the wall.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
You're still here?
What did the police say? Do you know anything?
A broken branch. Somebody jumped into the tree and then over the wall.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
Scratches on the stone.
You're still here?
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
You're still here?
The great tournament of the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Zacharias's folder with some documents. These drawings represent the Mayan symbols.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
Zacharias. Tissot watch, Swiss, 1855. This watch is valuable and old. It's been through a great deal. All valuables were left on the victim. The strike was powerful and well aimed. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It looks as if Zacharias was killed the moment he approached the calendar, and killed by the spear from Tukunuman's statue that jumped from its stand and escaped over the wall.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
Well, Holmes, your conclusions as my consultant?
My conclusions are approximate to Sir Charles's testimony.
Oh dear, you think the statue did it?
Everything points to the fact that the spear was thrown from the pedestal, and Mr. Greystoke appeared not to notice the killer.
Indeed. The journalists will be ecstatic about your version. Oh, you've amused me at least, Miss. Very well. I'll grant you all...
Thank you for coming so quickly, Watson. Lestrade already has the victim's body in the autopsy room.
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
Oh, Zacharias had already translated some symbols. Money was left inside the wallet. Tissot watch, Swiss, 1855. An ordinary pencil. This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
This is where the spear entered the body. The murderer aimed for the heart.
The coroner mentions in his report some specific cardiac and digestive system damage. Red eye. It looks like a serious infection. Traces of alcohol were found in the stomach. Apparently Zacharias had been drinking before his death.
These scars are old. It was a powerful throw. The spear pierced right through the body.
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
There's no need to dis... Interesting. What are the symbols here? I'll need to redraw them. I could use this dictionary to translate the calendar's glyphs. They are the symbols that were drawn on the Mayan calendar. The papers from Zacharias' folder. They can help us to translate the Mayan message. No, I think I've missed something here. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. No, I think I've missed something here. No, I think I've missed... I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. No, I think I've missed something here. Missed something here. I don't think so. No, I think I've missed something here. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details. Cursed will be anyone who disturbs the sacred temple. They will meet their death by the risen statue. Only the chosen will have mercy. It's not only a calendar, it's a curse. Zacharias Greystoke, a member of the club. It's possible that the link between Zacharias and the curse is at the archaeological club. I'll need a search warrant.
Aren't you supposed to be investigating those cases of yours instead of bothering me?
Good day to you too, Inspector. I have a small favour to ask of you, a search warrant to investigate the murder at the club.
No, no, and no.
Since I'm without the warrant, I should find something else to do. By the way, do you know if Sir Robin is currently in town?
I have no idea. And why on earth should you even think that I might know that?
Well, I believe I may have solved a case about, let's say, a salacious inspector.
No, it's not what you think. Nothing dishonourable happened. Go on then. Take your warrant.
So he refused to give you the search warrant?
Oh no, I've got it. I won't need you for a while now, Watson. I'll see you later. There's no need to disturb Lestrade for the time being.
Poor Sir Charles. A crime at his club, it's a terrible thing.
Sir Charles, I have a search warrant. I would like to take a look inside the clubhouse.
I see. A murder at my club. What a disaster.
I heard that Zacharias was killed by the statue's spear.
Why won't the police say anything?
Oh, it's horrible. Do you think the club will be closed?
Zacharias Greystoke. Guatemala, 1881. I don't think this is a bowls tournament. I wonder who this man is. It's Sir Charles Yellingham, the director of the club. The photograph appears to have been faked or damaged. I'll take it. Ah, Sir Charles was once a captain in the Guard. The 50th birthday of Lord Stevenson. Charles Yellingham has a large family. Interesting. It appears that the club is unable to pay its debts. A message to Sir Charles from Zacharias Greystoke, the victim. The late Mr. Roberts' collection. The late Mr. Sutherland's collection. The late Mr. Smith's collection. The late Mr. Blinkhorn's collection. The late Mr. Bromsby's collection. These antiques look quite valuable. It appears that it's a part of a gold statue from Guatemala. Solid gold. It's worth a fortune. This piece has been cleanly and intentionally cut. These trunks have just arrived. They're from Zacharias Greystoke's antique collection. Interesting. The men who own these collections are all dead. This metal globe is very impressive. Some bits are missing. Some bits are missing. You have a fine collection at your club, with one disturbing thing in common.
Oh, all the items are from our club members.
But only from deceased members, including Mr. Greystoke.
Yes, but it is a rule of the club that all our members undertake to donate their personal collections to us in the event of their death.
Sir Charles, you informed me that you didn't know why Mr. Greystoke was here at such a time.
That's correct. I have no idea.
But in fact you do. Mr. Greystoke wrote to you about him coming with another person to visit.
Ah, well, yes, that is right. He raised a scandal about the Mayan calendar, so he wanted to see me before the ceremony. But I don't know exactly what it was that he wanted, or who this other person he mentioned might have been. A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
I wonder who this man is. It's Sir Charles Yellingham, the director of the club. Zacharias Greystoke. It appears that part has been painted over. I need to find out what's underneath. Let's try to remove the paint with solvent. Let's gently remove the paint with a soft cloth. Aha, there's another person in the photograph.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Look here. There's a person with a swollen eye who was concealed within this photograph. A dispute of some kind, do you think, Watson?
Possibly. But it appears to me a characteristic symptom of a rare tropical disease that is found in South and Central America.
South America! Brilliant, Watson!
Happy to help.
Is it deadly?
Well, there is a chance he survived.
I shall ask Sir Charles, but who knows what he'll say.
I have an idea. There is only one hospital for such illness. The Hospital for Tropical Diseases. I have friends who work there.
Oh, yes?
Well, the chances are slim, but I'll pay them a visit. If he's in London, they would have seen him.
A map of London and its surroundings. I found this photograph on your wall. You're in it, but do you know who these men are? Particularly the gentleman with the swollen eye.
Oh, him. But that's poor Mr. Albiot. He died from fever during an expedition to Guatemala 14 years ago. We were searching a Mayan Quiche temple, but everything went wrong. We were unable to enter the temple and the expedition ended in disaster. I'm here, and here is Zacharias. And there is Bernard Marley, another member. He's over there, near the pedestal. By the way, He's the fellow who built that terrible statue. He created it, must have been 10 years ago.
Albeit was a club member. Where is his collection?
Well, the devil if I know. We never did locate it.
Sir Charles, I believe that it's time to pass on the leadership of your club to someone else.
I don't understand.
You were charged with the murder of Zacharias Greystoke. You murdered him for money and to further your career.
What? This is an outrage. I have powerful connections. You will regret this.